here in attendance to begin the meeting, so I would like to welcome everyone to this Disability Commission meeting on Wednesday, January 16th. We're going to go ahead and take roll call. So let's go ahead and we can start to my left.
Rachel Hawkins, Commissioner.
Larry Keeler, Commissioner.
Kathleen Mozak-Betts, Commissioner.
Elizabeth Nelson, City Council Liaison.
Yeah.
Debbie Poster, Commissioner.
All right.
Oh, Tim Hall, Commissioner.
They did.
Corey Farris, HR.
And I'm Heather Cook from HR as well.
I'm Chris Harrison, Commissioner. I've only been to one meeting, and it was in November, so I don't expect you guys to remember, but I'm back.
No problem, but welcome.
All right, welcome.
Welcome.
Yeah, and I am Zach Damon. I am the new chair of the Commission on Disability Issues, so thank you very much. Next on the agenda, we have the approval of the December 19 meeting minutes. Not sure if everyone had an opportunity to review those, but we can take a couple of minutes to look through those, and then if there are any adjustments, please feel free to mention that. Okay. All right. So next, is there a motion to approve?
I'll move to approve.
All right. Larry will motion.
I'll second.
Okay. You will second. So then the meeting minutes are approved for December 19th. Moving forward, we then have the approval of today's agenda. Hopefully all of you have gotten a copy either digitally or in front of you. Please take a quick scan at the agenda. If there is any corrections, please feel free to let me know, and I can get that corrected. And by the way, thank you for Heather and Corey for some of the revisions on that. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve the agenda for today?
I make a motion to approve.
Kathleen makes a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All right, Larry will second. All right. So all in favor of the agenda?
Aye.
All right.
Aye.
Let's move forward.
Why we sound like an enthusiastic bunch today?
All right. So next, we have presentations. So I would like to welcome Katie Monkiewicz of the Washtenaw Library for the Blind and Physically Disabled. Welcome, Katie.
Thank you. Glad to be here. I am going to pass out our January events brochure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so there's a couple things that I'm going to highlight. Some events coming up in the remainder of January. First, we have our Apple Showcase presented by Mac Technics. That's going to be on Saturday, January 19th, 2 to 3:30 p.m. at our Westgate branch in the West Side Room. We're asking you to join us to discuss the latest Apple devices, software, and all things Mac. A Mac Technics meeting will take place immediately after this showcase from 3:30 to 5 p.m. and participants are encouraged to stay and ask questions to learn more about the organization. Membership for that organization, as far as I know, is open, so if you're really into Macs and that's your thing, you might want to come on by and learn more about it. On Saturday, January 26th, we have our Chinese New Year celebration. That's going to be downtown in our lobby from 2 to 3:30 p.m. It's for all ages. We'll be celebrating the Year of the Pig with the Inua School of Ann Arbor. We'll see a lion dance, make fun crafts, listen to a traditional Yagu drum performance, and watch a calligraphy demonstration. We'll also have a classic Chinese treat to try. And then on Monday, January 28th, we'll be exploring the mind, talking about sickness and memory, how the immune system changes the brain. This will be from 7 to 8:30 p.m. on Monday, January 28th in our downtown library multi-purpose room. We'll be joining Dr. Natalie Tronson. She's an assistant professor of psychology at the University of Michigan. She's going to describe the way immune system changes during illness can interfere with memory formation and how this affects the development of post-traumatic stress disorder and dementia.
Oh, wow.
Got a couple of materials that I found from our collection that I wanted to share with you. The first one is called The Unheard, a memoir of deafness and Africa. This is by Josh Swiller. Although doctors diagnosed Swiller's deafness early enough to fit him with hearing aids, the young man from Manhattan's Upper West Side still felt different. As a young adult, he drifted from college to college, job to job, relationship to relationship, never quite finding what he was looking for, what he calls a place beyond deafness. He found that place in the mid-1990s when the Peace Corps posted him to a remote corner of Zambia. During his 2-year stint working in a rundown health clinic in a rural village, he fought for irrigation projects and better AIDS facilities. The next one is called Have Dog Will Travel. This is by Stephen Kusisto. Stephen is a blind poet, and he describes his relationship with his first guide dog and how it changed his life and gave him a newfound appreciation for travel and independence. Kusisto was born legally blind, but being raised in the 1950s, he was taught to deny his blindness in order to pass as sighted. As an adult, he coped with his limited vision until he was laid off. With no other job opportunities in his vicinity, he would have to travel to find work. He found himself at Guiding Eyes, paired with a Labrador named Corky. Here he recounts how partnership with a guide dog changed his life and the heart-stopping, wondrous adventure that began for him in midlife. And then finally, something that you all may recognize, I've got a large print edition of Reader's Digest here. A lot of people are familiar with this magazine. We keep the large print Reader's Digest at the downtown library. It can be checked out except for the most recent issue. And the big thing about this is that it's recently been announced that Reader's Digest is now available in audio. So
Awesome.
we are finally able to get this on digital cartridge through the Library for the Blind. It is also available on Bard, our Braille and audio reading download system. So this is really exciting. We've had people asking for this for years, so we're really pleased that that's come about. Just in case you don't know what Reader's Digest is, it's an American general interest family magazine published 10 times a year. It was founded in 1922, and for many years it was the best-selling consumer magazine in the United States, just losing the distinction in 2009 to Better Homes and Gardens. And it has been reported that Reader's Digest reaches more readers with household incomes of $100,000 or more than Fortune, the Wall Street Journal, Business Week, and Inc. combined. So it's a very, very popular publication. We're pleased to have that available in audio now.
Well, and may I say, Katie, it's also great that we can hear the bad jokes in audio as well.
That's right. I remember reading those when I was a kid.
It's now coming to the Poe House.
That's right. So, as always, we encourage you to contact us with any questions, the Washtenaw Library for the Blind and Physically Disabled at the Ann Arbor District Library. You can email us at wlbpd@aadl.org. call us at 734-327-4224, or visit our website at wlbpd.aadl.org. Anybody have any questions for me today? Larry?
Just a comment.
Sure.
I'm glad of that, because those others who don't know about Reader's Digest, it just recently came up on, it used to be in Braille.
Right.
It was in Braille
right.
for the longest time, and I do read Braille, but, you know, it is kind of nice to have it like that. Now if we can get Science News to do that.
There's always hope, right?
Yeah. And Psychology Today doesn't do it yet. Well, no, I think they do, actually.
I can check on that when I get back.
I think Psychology Today does it, but not Science News.
Okay.
Anyway.
Anybody else? All right, thanks a lot. Good to see you all.
Thank you so much, Katie. Thank you. All right, folks. Next, we have Sophie Skochelak, the IL specialist at the Ann Arbor Center for Independent Living. Welcome.
I think it's your turn to start messing around with my name.
I'm sorry, did I mispronounce it?
Skochelak.
Skochelak, I apologize.
It's okay. So the first thing to talk about are the youth events. Girl Talk is still going on January 20th from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. Again, Girl Talk is an ongoing social support group for young women with disabilities ages 14 through 26. Another youth event would be the Winter Wonderland, which is on Saturday, February 23rd from 1:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. Join your friends at the Ann Arbor AACIL for a night of fun. Be comfy in your pajamas while you sip hot cocoa, play games, watch movies, and more. And the next youth event would be that the youth leaders are always looking for ongoing volunteer opportunities and volunteers. So if you would like to participate in any of these events, please contact Anna Deuce-Beeper from the Youth Services Managers for a application, and for more information, you can call her at 734-971-0277, extension 17, or you can email her at anna@aacil.org. So then we have the recreation and social opportunities. There's free open gym hours, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And to schedule an orientation, just email info@aacil.org or call 734-971-0277. Next would be our Hearing Loss Association support group, which meets monthly on the second Monday from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. And prior to your meeting, please contact Pam McGinty at pam86@gmail.com. Our next support group would be the Multiple Sclerosis support group, and that meets every Monday from 7 to 8:30 p.m. To get more information, please contact Jody Burton Slowens at 734-663-0785. Next would be our general support group, which meets every Wednesday from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. And if you're interested, email Jason Jones at jjones5perard@icloud.com. Diversability Theater meets every Wednesday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. To join that, which is held at the Ann Arbor Center for Independent Living. To join, please contact Chris Beatty at beattymohn@yahoo.com. A new support group that's going on in Ann Arbor is a women's group. Shannon Clark, one of the information and referrals social workers at our agency, will be holding a support groups for female identifying individuals with disabilities who are facing homelessness, looking for support, empowerment, and connection to other group members. The group will take place on the 3rd floor Delana Center, located at 312 West Huron Street, Ann Arbor, Michigan 48103, on the following dates from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., and those dates would be January 24th, January 31st, February 7th, and February 14th. Lastly, the University of Michigan is seeking volunteers. First and second year pharmacology students participate in a home visit program focused on building communication and listening skills called the Longitudinal Early Practice Experience. Pairs of students are assigned to a community partner who they meet with 6 times over a 2-year period. Visits correspond to a course assignment and included guided discussions of the volunteer's health history, medication adherence. The volunteer requirements: the person must be 60 years of age or older, manage their own medications, take 3 or more prescription medications, and ideally be able to commit to 6 visits over 2 years. To get more information, please contact Caitlin Ferguson, who is the program manager. Her number is 734-615-6717. And as always, if you have any questions, you can contact us at 734-971-0277, email info@aacil.org, or visit our website at annarborcil.org.
Thank you very much, Sophie, and I promise one of these days I will get your name right.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Yeah.
Any questions? Sorry.
No, I just wanted to thank you for all that you do with the Ann Arbor Center for Independent Living, and for those that need resources or want to get involved, I hope they can, because you guys are a great organization.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Next, we have public comment. I see a few back there. I'm not sure. Are any of you coming up for a comment? Just here for observation? Yeah. Do you want to come and introduce yourselves? We're a social bunch here.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Sharon Ojepa. I'm here to just observe for my US Gov class and just to see how a city council meeting goes, the flow, and what you'll be talking about today.
Wonderful. And what school are you from?
Skyline High School.
Skyline High School,
Yes.
the Eagles. All right.
Yes.
All right. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else for public comment at this time? No. Okay. So we'll move forward now to old business. And we have the city personnel report and Mr. Corey Farris.
No report at this time.
All right. No report. Thank you. All right. Moving on. Now we have the chair report. So there's a few things in the report today, folks. We have the boards and commissions appreciation event coming up. And of course, there was an email that was sent out, and I did my best to forward that to everyone as well. But the boards and commission appreciation event is coming up on Saturday, January 19th at the wonderful historical Michigan Theater. Now, the city will be providing complimentary popcorn, non-alcoholic drinks, and everyone who sent in an RSVP, or please do so if you plan on attending. The programming will begin promptly at 10:30 a.m., so please arrive between 9:45 and 10 a.m. to allow time to be able to talk and mingle and make conversation, as well as find a seat. The event will wrap up around 1:15, but please feel free to stick around and socialize after the film. Also, please be mindful, folks. This is kind of an important note. Many other board members and commission members, as well as other committee members, may be present. So please try to avoid, in terms of the Open Meetings Act, issues discussed within what we're working with in terms of the commission, or anything else that's dealt sort of in these quarters. We want to be able to be as professional as possible, but at the same time, have a good time. So just know that if you are tempted to speak about what we're working on, please note to just keep that here. Next, we did a little bit of that at the beginning of the meeting, but I'd like to, again, welcome the new commissioners that have joined us and thank them very much. Do you mind, one more time, the new commissioners, do you guys mind just saying your name and, of course, what motivated you to be on the commission?
Hi, my name is Debbie Poster. I'm curious about what happens in the community for the people with disabilities, so that's why I'm here.
I told you to come on.
And Larry told me to come on.
My name is Elizabeth Nelson, and I'm on City Council, and I specifically requested this assignment. Throughout most of my childhood, my grandmother was blind, and I saw how many accommodations were helpful to her to help her continue to live by herself and function, and I'm really interested in joining your work. Thank you.
Well, we're happy to have you.
Thank you.
I'm Chris Harrison. This is just my second meeting. I first came in November. I am on the faculty at the University of Michigan, and I've done a little bit of research on disability and kids media use, and really wanted to learn more about how cities handle infrastructure related to disability, and yeah, learn and help with creative problem solving if possible.
That's great. Well, I'd like to thank Debbie, Elizabeth, and Chris for joining us, and welcome to the commission. I am very confident that all of you will be good additions, and I'd like to thank or welcome Corey as well.
Thank you, Zach.
No problem.
So is Corey our new HR, or we still have both Heather and Corey?
Well, he's transitioning in, isn't he? Is that correct?
Yes.
Yep.
You'll have both of us for at least another couple months.
All right. So I haven't lost you yet, Heather.
No.
That's good.
Great to have you both for the time being.
Thank you.
All right, next, I wanted to talk about, there was an email that we received. Now, I'm probably going to butcher his last name, folks, so Andrew, I do apologize for this in advance. But Andrew Krazit, he is a community member, and he was interested in joining the commission or working with us, and he was fascinated with the things that we were doing. However, folks, he had some questions because he did have a situation that kind of limited him from attending like the full length of the meetings. And so, you know, I had talked to Sally kind of about maybe what could be a good fit for him on the commission and how that could work. And initially, the suggestion was for him to possibly join the Community Engagement Committee and be involved that way first.
Sure.
To sort of get him involved in working on a few things, and then kind of see how we could transition from there to sort of, you know, maybe take a bigger role and things like that. Now, are you comfortable with him possibly joining that?
Sure. No, I definitely am. We're just getting up and starting, so I think having someone who would be interested would be great.
Okay. Let's see. So what I'll do then is I'll make sure that I respond to him in his response after this meeting, and then what I'll do is I'll CC you on that, okay? Great.
So Zach, will he fill out an application, or will he just be a secondary member? Because, you know, as recruiting, I want to know if he talks to me, if I tell him to go fill out an app if he wants to be on it, or what?
Well, you know, my thought on this, folks, is that I think, you know, he should, you know, fill out an application and sort of submit one in order to be considered even for, you know, a committee, a subcommittee of the commission, just so that, you know, he understands, you know, kind of what it entails, and then his information is on file. So,
well, you can be a committee member without being a commission member.
Okay.
You actually can do that.
Okay.
I've seen it done a few times, but
okay.
So if he wants to do that, he could go to committee, and then he could talk to me for an application if he wants.
Sure, and the only reason, again, I suggested the option of him being a committee member rather than a commission member, because it's a, you know, less of a time commitment. So
yeah.
So hopefully that can be a good compromise for him. But yeah, I think him filling out an application and being able to go through those steps is appropriate. But again, Larry, would you like me to CC you on that, just so you can also be in the loop? Okay. I'll make sure that I get your correct email address before we leave today, okay?
Yeah, yes, please.
All right. All righty. Well, that settles that. I will be in contact with him after this meeting. Let's see. Next on here, that is it for my chair report. So we can move forward now to the Community Engagement Committee.
Well, I think we already got a little bit of an update on community engagement. So we meet on the fourth Tuesday of the month from 5:15 to 6:45. That was Christmas Day in December, so we did not have a meeting in December. So we're just getting back up and running in January, and Larry and I have been in communication, which I know we talked about last time. So hopefully Larry will be able to join us. So we're happy to have whatever assistance people want to give.
No, that's wonderful, and thank you for being open to that.
Of course.
All right. Next, well, Partners in Access Committee, unfortunately, Alson could not join us. Did she send anyone anything about the partner? I didn't get anything from her in terms of... Okay, I didn't get anything from her in terms of an update. So, Alson, no problem. We wish you the best. And at the next meeting, there will be probably a current update on that for the Partners in Access.
Zach, she had emailed me at least and said that there was no update for that.
Oh, she did?
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't happen to see if you were on it or not, so I apologize. But
oh, no, that's okay.
She mentioned that there was no update right now.
Okay, thank you. So
Yep.
no update from Alson. Appreciate that, Heather. Okay, moving on. Next, we have recruiting activity, Mr. Larry Keeler.
That would be me. We have no applications currently in, although I am taking one to someone. We also have to switch the some of the contact over so Zach gets included in the in those emails too now. And if you want to be a part of the commission, you can call the mayor's office at 794-6161, and you can talk to the mayor's secretary, or you can also go to disabilityissues@gmail.com, or you can talk to one of us and we'll refer you there. But otherwise, we don't really have anything. I'm investigating the hoping we'll see a couple of applications come in soon.
Definitely, Larry. Thank you for your continued efforts for that, and I know you're going to continue to try and bring in some great commissioners.
Well, of course, I'm rather a pest at the mayor's office.
Well, thank you, Larry, for your report. Next, we have Mr. Tim Hull with an update on the Transportation Commission.
Yeah, so we discussed a few things. We discussed some crosswalk design guidelines in the last meeting, and we also discussed like the CIP committee, the micromobility committee that's been meeting. I know Larry, I think, has been, he was appointed to the committee. I don't know what meetings he managed to make, but, and discussed a policy agenda input where we talked about like things like, I think they wanted to ask about the crosswalk law, and they wanted to get some action on the state level on that, and also things like about transit-oriented development. And yeah, we went through basically our annual report and our work plan, because we had to do an annual report as well, and just yeah, trying to decide what to do for next year. And next meeting is this evening, and I guess that's all I wanted to say. I mean, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
Larry.
Larry has a comment? Go
I
ahead, Larry.
do. I am sort of going to represent the commission at the micromobility one. The problem is that the January meeting, I missed it because I was getting over the flu and I did not want to share. So I did not go to that meeting.
Okay.
But I will go to the current ones. I just didn't think they'd want me to share with them.
Yeah.
No, I'm sure everyone around there appreciates that, Larry, but we're glad that you're better now.
That's
And,
right. I'll go to the next one.
There we go.
And you can ask me for a report, or Tim can ask me for however we want to do that.
Yeah, I know they were doing like this statement of values, and I think some of that might be discussed further at the upcoming meeting.
Yeah, they did do that. I have a copy of it at home. They did do that.
Yeah, it's on the Transportation Commission agenda too.
Yeah, and thanks for letting me know. I didn't know I was officially reported. A part of it I did talk to Kayla, but she didn't officially tell me, but thanks, Tim.
Yeah, I think you must have missed the meeting after you got, like.
Yeah.
Well, no, gentlemen, feel free to keep me in the loop. I mean, if there are things within those meetings that, you think need to be addressed here, I'm more than happy to add them to the agenda if you would like to give feedback or say how they went.
Well, for your information, Zach, the Micromobility Commission, just in case you'd forgotten, is dealing with the scooters, and We're going to deal with golf carts and things like that too.
That's correct.
But our primary focus is going to be dealing with the scooters and probably, we seem to be working on putting a city ordinance through to try to get some regulation on those things.
Right, exactly. Well, definitely, thank you for keeping us abreast of, the situation there and what you guys are doing, and hopefully there will be, some more information moving forward. Debbie, did you have a comment?
Yes, I had a question. Have they made any forward movement in the working on the scooter situation, Tim?
I haven't heard much because that's what they were talking about in that micro-mobility committee.
The answer
They do have like an interim agreement with Bird. They're not like trying to confiscate them anymore.
Yeah. And we are seeing them sitting around all over the place, though. We still are seeing. I just last few days, a friend of mine's been looking for those scooters, and we've been seeing them everywhere on the sidewalk.
Are they on the extensions or are they blocking people?
Some of them are blocking people. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that might be like user issue there, as far as like, as opposed to Bird actually putting them there.
Yeah, I'll let you know if we got an official. We're starting to draw up some stuff, but it hasn't gotten. Like I said, Debbie, that's going to be our city ordinance that we're starting to get into.
Okay, thank you.
And that'll be the next couple months. We're trying to get it done by February.
I just wanted to add to what Larry was saying. I'm, as working on it with community engagement, I'm really seeing them everywhere as well, like places where they should be, places where they shouldn't, where they're tripping hazards. So I'm glad micromobility is working on this, and hopefully we can all come to some better conclusion of how to use them.
Sorry, Tim, I feel like
Thank
I'm
you, Larry.
stealing your thunder over here, man.
All right. Any more on that, folks, or are we good?
We're good.
All right. So next, we have the U of M Council for Disability Concerns meeting update. Kathleen.
Well, because of the school schedule and when U of M returned to school, our meeting didn't happen on the second Tuesday, it happened yesterday. So I don't have minutes and I don't have a report. It was an exciting meeting. We had a presentation by Dr. Michelle Mead, but I would rather have the minutes and report accurately than do it just from memory.
Yeah, no, understandable, so no problem there. And I'm at least glad it was an enthusiastic meeting and look forward to hearing about what you're doing in the future. So thank you for that. All right. Next, are there any announcements for the commission? Does anybody have any other additions or anything that they would like to announce? Larry.
I just want to ask you again about the, which can also be an announcement, again, the volunteer appreciation thing, Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
It's at 9:45, is it?
Let me take a look.
Michigan
It
Theater?
has, let's see.
But
Well, it says to arrive at 9:45.
Yeah, we have to be
Right.
there at 9:45.
But the program begins promptly at 10:30 a.m. But they ask that you arrive at 9:45 or 10 a.m. to allow sort of time to be able to find a seat.
Yeah.
Maybe talk to a few people.
If you can send that to me again, I was trying to, I had email issues, and so I wasn't able to RSVP, so if you can send me that when I give you
Yes.
contact information.
Yes, I will forward that.
That would
to
be
you.
nice, so I can RSVP, because I'm gonna have a very busy day. I gotta plan it out Saturday. I got lots of things like that going on that day.
No problem, Larry. I will forward that information to you. All right.
Lots of local events.
All right, anything else? Okay. We are now at the point of new business, so is there any new business to report with the commission? None at this time. Okay. Well, at this time, I guess since there is nothing else, we can adjourn. And I'd like to thank the City of Ann Arbor and the commission and everyone watching for joining us, and we will see you next month.
Oh, how nice.